Hi, welcome to the last session of how to get 7+ band in IELTS in under 30 minutes. We'll be discussing the speaking part of IELTS. The speaking part of IELTS is usually the last part of IELTS. It is same for both the IELTS academic and general test. The IELTS speaking test is a one-to-one conversation between you and the examiner. It is basically an interview whereby the interviewer will ask you a series of questions. The test takes about 11 to 14 minutes and is recorded. There are 3 parts to the speaking test. Part 1 usually lasts for about 4 to 5 minutes and it is usually the easiest part of the test. In part 1, the examiner introduces himself or herself and checks your name. The examiner asks you a series of questions about yourself, your family, your work, what do you study, your friends and your hobbies. The types of questions you will be asked are: where are you from, describe yourself, tell me more about your family, and what are you studying, why are you studying English, and what are you studying. The part 2, the examiner will ask you a written task card, will give you a written task card which will ask you to speak about a particular topic. You will get 1 minute to prepare for your talk before you have to speak. You will then speak for about 1 to 2 minutes, and after this your examiner will ask you 1 or 2 questions. You will be provided with a paper and pen if you want to write any particular points about that particular topic. For example, here we say that the task card is about a subject you are studying. In this task you are asked to talk about a subject you are studying, and underneath are the 4 points to include in your talk on the topic. So what subject are you studying? What is the subject about? How do you feel about it? Explain why you are interested in it. And part 2 usually takes about 3 to 4 minutes. This includes your minute to prepare. Now this is really very important for you to understand that you have to answer all these questions in that time. So the examiner is giving you about 2 to 3 minutes or 4 minutes maximum. So in that time you have to answer these questions. Your answers should be very coherent. You should be using synonyms, like for example, he is very brave or he is very famous for his valor, and now these 2 words have a same meaning, but these are 2 different words, like mountain or like hill or like hilly area or cliff or things like that. So you have to use the synonyms while describing the same concept. Part 2 is harder than part 1 as it tests your ability to talk about a particular topic, develop your ideas about the topic, use relevant grammar and vocabulary, and expressing your own opinion. Part 3 is the most difficult part, and in this part the examiner will ask you questions linked to the topic you spoke about in part 2. The types of questions you may be asked based on the example task card in this lesson are: what are the pros and cons of current education system in your country? Do you think the students respect their teachers, and how would you like to change the education system? So part 3 is a two-way discussion, but you are expected to do most of the speaking. The tips are: give a friend a list of exam style questions to test you, keep eye contact with the examiner, be confident, expand your answers, use expressions like in my opinion, I really feel that, to start with, to begin with, in the beginning, in the end, lastly, having said that, last but not the least, things like that should be added, and try to use collocations as well and practice more and more. These are the websites, and you can find a lot of websites to practice IELTS for free. So please visit these websites or search free websites and practice IELTS more and more. That is the ultimate key to success. Thank you very much.